My friends, how's everybody doing? Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. It is time for a random lunch and chat. Wow, it is a beautiful day. Right now in the mountains of North Carolina, it is 74 degrees. That's pretty warm for the beginning of spring. It's funny, just a few days ago, it snowed over a foot on the mountaintops, and now 74 degrees. At least there's a nice breeze. That feels good. I have a sandwich, some chips, my friends, and some coffee. Cheers, everyone, cheers. It's been a while since I've sat down like this and talked with you all. How's everybody doing? Comment down below. While I'm not able to respond to every comment, I do read them all. And I appreciate you all big time. So yeah, make sure to share what's new in your lives, what's going on, what's different. As for myself, a ton has been going on, and a lot is different. Things are changing, that's for sure. First off, Susie and I, we've been super busy filming a ton of adventures. We went down to the coast of North Carolina. We went to the Croatan National Forest, and the part that we were at was right next to the Cherry Point United States Marine Corps Air Base, which was super awesome. So the entire time we saw all sorts of military aircraft flying around. It was so cool. I mean, it was like being at your own private air show. So that was a ton of fun. We ended up filming 3 adventures there, the road trip down and a hike. Then we did a backpacking trip and then the road trip to the Outer Banks. So all in all, that was a ton of fun. Very busy though. We came back. Then we had to go out of town for my son's college. He's heading off. We've been super busy, but all in all, it has been a ton of fun. With Lucas going to college, that means that Susie and I, we have an empty nest, as the saying goes. Some people have that like empty nest syndrome where they're like all lonely. They're not sure what to do with themselves because their kids are gone, because they've spent like 20 years raising their kids. That's not the case with Susie and I. There is no such thing as empty nest syndrome for us. You have to keep in mind that like Susie and I, we were kids having kids in high school. That's when we got together, that's when she got pregnant. Since that point in time, our entire lives were all about raising our kids. There was never any us time or anything like that. Now at 41 years old, it's my time. I've raised my kids. They're amazing adults. Our daughter, she's in the Navy, doing all sorts of cool classified stuff. Our son's going to go to college. I'm so proud of both of them. I'm proud of Lucas for stepping outside of his comfort zone. He's gonna go to college, get a fantastic education. He has a plan for computer science, but you know how that goes. Well, I should say, you might know how that goes. I never went to college. Because Susie got pregnant in high school, I had to work. There was no time to go to college or anything like that. And the truth is, I'm not the college type. That was never my thing. Everything works out the way that it's supposed to. And talking about college, you do not have to go to college to make a good living, to have a business. But with that being said though, a college degree does open up certain doors, so there is without a doubt a time and a place for either side. Barbecue chips, not bad at all. With the kids out of the house, it is time for Susie and I to live our lives, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting to know Susie in a completely different way, because I've always known her as like an amazing mom to my children. I mean, of course as my wife, but the roles are different somewhat. When the kids are out of the house, things change, and I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Plus, I already know that Susie and I, we're soulmates. We've been together now, let's see, just about 22 years. That is crazy to say, 22 years? Gosh. We've had our ups and downs, but hey, that's any life, any marriage. There's always going to be ups and downs. That's for sure. I am looking forward to traveling more, backpacking more, spending more time at Lone Wolf Mountain. It's going to be nice, folks. It is. Talking about changes. The shed up there on the hill has changed, or I should say my plans for it have changed. If you all remember, sometime back a few months ago, I filmed an episode talking about how I was going to convert that into a cabin. Well, After I filmed that episode, right, we had a big winter storm. It dropped over 2 feet of snow. There was a period of time for roughly a month that I couldn't get up here. Over that month, I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. The more that I thought about it, the more I came to the conclusion that I need that to be a shed more than anything else. I love the idea of the cabin. I want a cabin, but I need a shed here on this mountain. I need it for my tools, for the mower, and so on. The simple fact is, I need it as is. So, once the snow melted, I came up here, I repaired the side that was completely rotten, replaced some of the boards, and left it as is. So I'm sure you're wondering, what about a cabin? Well, folks, there is going to be a cabin here at Lone Wolf Mountain. But it's not the type of cabin that you're probably thinking of. It is different. You all will see this soon enough. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Susie found this thing. That's all I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a thing. She found this thing. So right now it's being built for us. I think you all are going to like it. I think some will appreciate it big time because it does give individuals who don't want to build something, for individuals who may want to move it in the future, it gives them an option that's not too expensive, right? You all will see what I'm talking about very soon, but yeah, it's going to be neat. It's going to go at the top of Lone Wolf Mountain here, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. Okay. It looks like a turkey with cheese. Here we go. Nice and simple, the way I like it. The winds are supposed to gust up to roughly 45 miles an hour later on this evening. That's the one thing about the mountains, folks. I love everything about the mountains except for the wind. And if I wasn't filming videos, then I wouldn't care at all, but it is always windy up here. Any sort of front that comes through, it's just a giant windstorm. Now, of course, when I'm not filming and I don't have to care about audio, oh man, it feels so good. In the summertime, the highest temperature is right around 80 degrees. And generally speaking, that's only for a few days every single year. There's been plenty of years where like the high temperature is like around 75 degrees. And that is amazing. 75 degrees during the day, 50, 55 at nighttime, super comfortable. That's one reason why I love living here in the mountains of North Carolina. We have all 4 seasons, whereas many places simply do not. And what I mean by that is this. When fall comes, it has its very own specific type of weather and temperature range. Winter comes, it's the same. Spring, the same. Every single season is very, very unique. And that's not the case in all places. The only thing it's lacking are gigantic mountains, you know? I want to be able to look over here and see snow-capped peaks. But that's not the case. With these mountains here, these are some of the oldest in the world. So at one point in time, they used to be jagged and tall, but that's not the case anymore. With many of the valleys that you see here in these mountains, they were formed by glaciers millions and millions of years ago. I just got a text from my son and from my wife. My wife, she's out backpacking, hiking around with one of her girlfriends. Kind of funny, one of my ex-girlfriends. That's from a long time ago. Anyways, so she's out, she's having fun. My son Lucas, he's getting ready for college. Let's see, he will be out of the house next month. How about that, folks? Woo! I'm so excited for him, everyone. The college that he chose is amazing. Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. Talking about gear for a second, you all can see this backpack right here. This is the Osprey Unlimited anti-gravity backpack. It is the most expensive backpack for backpacking that I have ever tested. This is $700 retail, plus tax and so on. It's interesting, folks. It is really interesting. It has a lot of features to it. You could customize the fit in numerous ways. Got a lot going for it, but still, $700. Osprey wanted to make a pack that used the most advanced technologies, design, and so on. I wish it was ultralight, because it's not. This is 5.5 pounds. While incredibly comfortable so far with my testing, still it's 5.5 pounds. What I would have liked to have seen was a backpack that was ultralight, that featured all of the comfort, all of the innovation, all of the adjustability, right? But yet still being ultralight. In my opinion, that would be worth $700. I'm not saying this isn't worth 700 bucks. I don't want to say that yet because it's too soon. The other video that I filmed is about this jacket here. This is from Helicon Techs. This is the Alpha Tactical jacket with the grid fleece. I like this jacket quite a bit. The retail price of this is amazing, everyone. The retail price of that is only $58. I mean, for 58 bucks, I consider that a deal. The only thing is, because of all the limitations that we have to deal with today, this is hard to find. You could find it in like small sizes, like small and extra small. This is a medium. I had to order this from Amazon and I paid roughly $12 more than retail for it. That's okay. In my opinion, it's worth it. But I noticed there are sellers on Amazon who are selling this for like $50 over retail price. They're price gouging. They're ripping people off. This is 58 bucks. It should not be $100. The seller that I'm talking about is Military First. What a scam. That is so scammy. It's a great jacket, but it's not worth $100. I got done filming my videos that I wanted to do, and I sat down for lunch and I was like, you know what? I haven't done a random lunch and chat in a long time. I figured it would be a good time to do it. Now, talking about random subjects, right? Here's one for you. Tomorrow, I have to go to the dermatologist because I have a precancerous spot on my face. I'm not sure if you all can see it. I'm not gonna get too close. It's a pretty small spot, but that is something that I have to get taken care of. I actually have 2 spots that I have to address. This one here on my face is precancerous. It's around here somewhere. And the other one is right here on the bridge of my nose. The spot on my nose is not precancerous. It is actually a broken capillary or a burst capillary. I'm not sure exactly how that's worded, but that came from a winter storm this year. Busted capillaries can come from like an injury, from trauma, but also from extreme cold. It was one of those super windy, super cold trips. A capillary broke on my nose, so it's just like a red spot. The thing is, it will not heal on its own. It has to be cauterized. So there you go. So come tomorrow, they're gonna take a chunk out of my face here and laser that. Those are 2 aspects that go hand in hand with being in the outdoors. If you spend enough time in the outdoors, if it's one of your passions, you're going to face the sun, Bob, and you may even face extreme conditions that cause broken capillaries and so on. It's incredibly important that you take care of yourself. Pay attention to your skin. If you see something, a red mark, get it checked out. It's better to go get a small precancerous spot taken off than have your face cut away. I have viewers here on the channel who have had skin cancer on their faces, and that is a big, big deal. It is a major problem, so make sure to take care of yourselves. I always make sure to wear sunblock and whatnot. That's why you all never really see me burned. I may get red. Oftentimes, that's more because of the heat. That's because of like the color grading that I do. I never get sunburned, and that's why. I want to try to take care of my skin as much as possible for as long as I can. And I recommend that you do as well. Once I have these 2 spots taken care of, I don't know if I will be able to film videos for like maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how bad it looks. I mean, it's one of those things where I don't really care, but I don't want to film a video where everyone's just staring right at my face, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's that black spot or red spot or whatever? So, yeah, we shall see. We'll see what happens. If I'm not able to film videos while it's healing up, thought about coming out here to Lone Wolf Mountain for basically a week and just work on the land, get it ready. When you have this much property, you have to take care of it, or you have these gigantic problems. Going up and down the road, clearing out the ditches, getting ready for summertime storms, and then like the fall hurricanes. There's always something that needs to be done to prevent bigger problems from coming up. In addition to my regular work, I will be out here quite a bit. As far as things go to update you on, when it comes to the Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad, you may have seen my video where I was talking about the warranty repair issues that I was having with the company. As it stands right now, they received the pad today. Let's see if they repair it or replace it. And if they repair it, how long does it take? It may have been a defect, it may have been a hole that I accidentally put in it, I don't know. I contacted the company asking for repair information. They told me to just trash the pad, cut it up, send them pictures of it trashed, then they would just send me a new one. It's a sleeping pad that has a leak. It doesn't need to be trashed. And from an environmental standpoint, I'm not going to do that. I asked them, like, why not repair it? They're like, oh, we can. So I sent it to them on my dime. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. They told me in an email it would take 9 days from the time they receive it to fix it and get it back to me. So we'll see if that happens. I don't want to hear anything about being like environmentally conscious, eco-conscious from that company when they tell me just to cut it up and trash that thing. That's not okay. Talking more about gear, the One Tigris Skyena tent continues to impress me. Folks, I was absolutely wrong about that tent. It is 100% waterproof. I had my concerns. You should see the testing that I did with that tent. It went through an insane amount of rain And get this, I did multiple test night episodes just so I could get it out and push it to its limits. And so far, I have not been able to get that tent to leak at all. That, my friends, is very impressive. Way to go, One Tigress. I was surprised, I doubted them, I was wrong. Plain and simple. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. I finished up lunch, I'm about to finish up this coffee. It's time for me to go home, edit these videos, and also do my day job. Thank God for coffee, everyone. Lots and lots of coffee. Lots to do, always, right? You all know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, this was just a short and sweet random lunch and chat. Again, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure to comment down below and share your thoughts. What do you all think about what I said about the shed and also the mystery thing that's coming? I think you're gonna like it. It's pretty cool. I appreciate you all tuning into this episode, hearing me talk for 30 minutes, talk about my family and so on, and also my health issues. Talking about health, I'm doing great. I really am. I'm in great shape, everyone. I'm feeling amazing, tons of energy. That doctor with his previous prognosis of SIBO, which I'm not even going to go into, I spoke of the health issues that I was having in this episode that I'll flash on the screen. So you can look that up if you're interested. But all in all, I'm doing great, feeling great. The doc was right. Doc, thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it big time. You know, it's kind of funny. I filmed that day hike adventure. I was talking about my health issues. I was talking about how I had a colonoscopy done. So I was talking about how terrible the health system is in the United States because it's just complete rubbish. It's all ran for profit. And what you have are these insurance companies who are making boatloads of money providing these policies that are absolutely worth nothing. I received an email from a viewer. He wrote in and he said that the reason that everything is so expensive as far as like the medical industry goes is because of people who don't have insurance, which is absolute horseshit. Check this out. This is really, really funny. This shut him up. So he wrote me and he said that he had some sort of health issue. He had to get scoped and he had to get a colonoscopy, and it cost like $25,000. And I was like, buddy, that's the problem with the industry. And it's amazing that you don't know this. I was able to get the same thing, the endoscopy, colonoscopy, and all of the biopsy lab work done, get this, for less than $2,000. Through his insurance company, it costs over $20,000. That's the problem. Right there. Yeah, that shut him up. I never heard anything else. It's so important for people not to be naive about this and what's taking place, the problems with our health industry. I'm not saying that like other people have it right. I don't know. I hear complaints from everywhere, from Canada, from the UK, from everywhere. One health issue, not even something major, can basically take away everything you've ever worked for. That's how it is in the United States. If you disagree, feel free to argue with me. I'll tell you exactly how it is. Some people simply do not know, and for those who don't, that's great. I hope you never find out. What Susie and I have done our entire lives is this. We've never had insurance. We don't pay a company monthly or anything like that. We save our money. We put money aside for our health needs. And folks, that is a really good way to go. It's not going to work for everybody. Everybody's different, but for us, it works really, really well. If you go in for a procedure, if you go in for a doctor's visit, if you go in for medication, ask about the cash price, because oftentimes the cash price is nothing compared to what insurance companies are billed. You can have procedures done for pennies on the dollar. That individual who wrote in and who was wrong about the health insurance industry, who knows how much he was paying for those policies. And unfortunately, all of that goes downhill. If you have health insurance, you're paying for his overpriced procedures. That's pretty messed up. That's messed up. I think I was on a roll there. I'll go ahead and stop. Everyone, take care, strength and honor. Here's to good health. Here's to an amazing 2022. It's gonna be a good year. I feel it. Strength and honor, everybody. Take care.